Happy Wednesday. Happy Glitter Pit Day. So happy to see so many of you guys here today. Yay! I went for the dentist checkup today. I got 4 weeks left for my Invisalign. Don't my teeth look amazing? So I go back in 4 weeks and then they're going to fit me for my retainer. That's it. I feel like that was so fast, wasn't it? It seriously was pretty fast. All right, so we have 2 new winners for last week's video and then the previous week. Remember we gave away the 2-tone black holder? That person, which was Katrina6613, never contacted me. I need to get it out of my office. I've got so much stuff here getting ready for the retreat and all my husband's block holders and stuff. I'm not complaining. I just want to get stuff shipped out ASAP. So I drew another winner from so it's been 2 weeks ago, right? For the purple, for this right here, for the purple block holder, right? The 2-tone. I liked your guys' description much better than mine. All right, so the 2-tone purple block holder is going to go to Catherine Anderson 9956. Yay! Catherine Anderson 9956, are you here? Check in. Email me. I'm going to flip the camera over here in a second. All right, and then today officially launched. Let me show you guys. I'm like really surprised on how much requested for the black holders and the glue holders and all that stuff was in white. So we are officially launching the white, which I got one right here so you guys can see it. White. Woo, that's kind of bright, right? Maybe when I flip it over to be better. So we got white in all the items. So block holder, can toppers, mini glue holders, the full-size glue holders, and the block holders, right? So we have white, and we have a new color called magenta, which matches my nail polish. Look isn't that beautiful? Look at how it matches my nails. Matches it perfect. So magenta, I sold one today, you guys. So it's going to be a popular color, I think. So this is available and everything too, all right? So once I flip the camera over, I will compare the hot pink with the magenta so you guys can kind of get a feel with that one. But I want to let you guys know that the winner from last week's Glitter Pit Live for the glue holder, this is the magenta, but you can pick whatever color you want, all right? Last week's winner is Rose Ruddy 9121. Woo woo! I should be doing my applause, right? I haven't done this in like forever. Yay! All right, so I'm going to flip this over, turn on my comments. Let me flip over my screen here. Hold on a second. One moment, please. I got my Facebook page over here. There we go. All right. This is the link. I'm glad I put it over there, mainly for myself. All right, there we go. Now I got to go live over on the app. Sorry, it's a few steps for me. So I got to click over to the app so I can view the live chat. All right, just talk amongst yourself. So I went to the dentist, I said earlier, and he said my teeth look so, so good. So this tooth right here is a little tiny smidgen bit longer. So they're just going to file that down. But other than that, he said everything's being pulled together really nicely. So the next appointment will be in August. Hi, Patricia. So, then they'll be fitting me for my retainer. And then that's it. I'm so excited. All right, so let me go ahead and flip this over. I got new tanks, you guys. I got these off Amazon. I want to show you. I love these tank tops because they have like the strap. Let me unzip my jacket here. Hold on. They have the straps. It kind of, I don't want to get undressed here, but it kind of like, you can't see with my earrings, but it kind of crisscrosses in the back. Here, let me show you. If you guys are interested in this, can you see that? And then I just wear my strapless bra, right? But what I like about it is that these straps don't go down my shoulder. I love this tank, for real. And they come in black, white, and gray, which is like, you know, I'm very neutral girl, so that's right up my alley, but just in case you're wondering. All right, let me go ahead and flip this over now. We're all about the FYI here in the glitter pit, you know? All right, so this block holder is going to Catherine Anderson 9956. Let me show you her name, her screen name. Remember, you had to leave a comment over on my YouTube channel under the description or in the description box under the video. So this is Catherine Anderson 9956. This is for the two-tone block holder. You're going to have to email me here, Catherine, because I can't contact you on Facebook, all right? Well, I could, but then we just go back and forth over there. It's much easier if you contact me here, dawn@theglitterpit.com. All right, so email me here, Catherine. I'm assuming that's your name, right? And then Rose Ruddy, R-U-D-D-Y, 9121. You won the glue holder. So go over to my website, and I think there's a link down below in the description box that will take you to the blog post for all the glue holder the glue holders, the block holders, the can toppers, the mini glue holders. I mean, there's so many things now that my husband's making. We still have a couple things up our sleeve. More to come. But let me know what color you want, Rose Ruddy 9121. Let me know what glue holder you want and the color, all right? I'm assuming this is the glue holder that you're going to want. But if you want the mini one, this is what that one looks like. The mini one holds the little, like mine right here. This is mine. This holds the little, you know, the fine tip glue here. That one fits that one. And then remember last week how I showed you guys that it fits the Stampin' Up multi-purpose liquid glue and the extra large? This is for that one. And we have everything in all the colors, all right? So if you want matchy-matchy, just reach out to me. You got to email me here too, Rose, all right? Email me what color you want. All right, now one more thing before we start into everything else. I wanted to show you, this is the hot pink. Does it even show up good on camera? Let me turn my light on. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. All right, so here's the hot pink, right? And then here is the magenta. So you can definitely tell the difference, right, when it's together. They're both really super pretty. So this is the new magenta, and then we have the white. White and the magenta were just added today. Okay? Ooh, that was a lot. All right, so Rose Ruddy and Catherine Anderson, you need to both contact me here and let me know that you guys won, right, for the YouTube drawing for the two-tone block holder for Catherine. And Rose, you won the glue holder. Let me know what color you want, Rose. And I need both of your addresses. The sooner you do that, the sooner I can get them sent out, because I will be going to the post office right after this live today, okay? We will tell the names too after the live today, all right? Or right before we end the live, I should say. I'm going to go through the names again because they might not be here. Does anybody see them here? Rose Ruddy and Catherine Anderson. Ah, lucky ladies, Linda said. Yay! All right, just a couple announcements before we start stamping. The 20% off the two-tone cardstock. I just ordered a ton. This morning at 5:30, I ordered a ton of black. Because at my retreat, we are making a 3D project, and you guys will love it. But you each need 16 little pieces of the black. So I thought instead of the black cardstock, why not use the two-tone? Because it's thinner and it will make the project a little bit lighter. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say about it. So the two-tone cardstock is 20% off for the next 3 days. So today, tomorrow, and Friday. Okay, 20% off, which is amazing. Remember, this cardstock is, I should have brought a piece over, but it's really nice, very subtle in the two-tone, and it's in 12 by 12. We also have the assorted packs in the annual catalog, which I have listed on my blog and also on my newsletter. So if you guys have missed them, there's like the weekend adventure. There's like a variety pack of the two-tone cardstock. Those are also 20% off, which is awesome. Okay. So if you just want a sampling of it, you still get 20% off of that. So that started today. All right. And then before we start stamping the project that we're going to make, I'm going to go through this week's card sketch because I want you guys to see how I designed this card sketch. Because it might have been a little confusing when you guys seen it. Okay, so we'll just call this the warm-up card. Right? All right, so this was the card sketch. This printable is available right now over in my shop, over on my website. Remember, you're getting a 2-page spread. You're getting the card sketch, which is number 382. And then also the printable for the inside pop-up slider card. And it has all the supplies and the measurements for the vertical and the horizontal. I'm going to make both of them with you today. Okay. So that printable is available for $3 over on my online store on my blog, which is right here. Let me post my website, dawnstampingthoughts.net. And then right up at the toolbar, I believe it's going to be, you're going to go shop. And then the little drop down box is going to drop down, then click on tutorials. I believe that's what it is, tutorials. And then you click on all tutorials and it will take you to everything that I have in my shop for like printables and PDFs and stuff. I just got a commercial. I know how you guys feel about that. I don't like it either. All right, so let me show you this card sketch. All right, well, I just dropped my, oh, hold on. Okay. All right, so this is this week's card sketch. Very cute. It is, I think they're calling it the fault line technique. It's just tearing cardstock, guys. I don't know what all these fancy names are for all these techniques, for real. But that's what they're calling it now. I just call it like the frayed edge for tearing. Really, really. All right, so this was my card sketch sample. Okay, very cute. And then this was my template. So I want to show you how you're going to put your card sketch together. So with mine, I did a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. And then I just brought that over for my measurements. So then the basic black is also cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's the same size as the front of the basic white, okay? And then your basic gray, or sorry, my basic gray was on this card. I'm using the smoky slate. This piece is cut at 2 by 5, and we're just going to tear it. I did bring another piece in case I tear too much. Okay, so what we're going to do with this card sketch is we're just going to tear the front of this base. I know, tearing is kind of a weird concept for a card sketch, but, and then I also mentioned in my blog on Monday with this card sketch is that you're going to tear towards your chest or towards you. So, because I like that frayed edge, can you see that? I like that look. If you don't, then tear away from you. It will give you a cleaner look, all right? So I just tore that. Now I'm going to tear this piece down here. Actually, I'm going to tear it this way. And I'm going to tear it at an angle, right? Okay, so this is going to be the bottom of my fault line card, right? This is the piece that I tore out. All right, now we're going to take this basic black piece and we're going to attach it to the inside piece of this top of the basic white. Let me get my liquid glue. This is why you wanted the black or whatever color. Like for mine, I used the pecan pie with the mini corrugated embossing folder. Can you see that? That's what I use for the inside of mine. You can see that it's going to open and you can see that corrugated thing there. So, but that's what we're going to base the card on, is this black piece here, because this is going to make the whole front of the card. So I'm going to put my black right up into that score line and then fold that over. And if your black piece is a little bit big, then you can just always trim it down, right? So now you can see where that tear line is at. And then this is going to be the front of our card, okay? And then you're going to take the bottom piece that we tore and we're going to put that onto the bottom piece of the basic black. Is it making sense now? Put this on the basic black. So now you have your space here for your fault line or your tore image, right? Or your tore piece of cardstock, which is just the white. Okay? And then your smoky slate or whatever, and in my case for my sample was the designer paper, right? So now you're going to take a piece cut at 2 by 5. And then again, you're going to tear towards yourself. Now I'm going to kind of eyeball this. So I want it to go at an angle like this. That's almost too short, but we're going to try it. All right, so I'm going to tear this here towards me. I really don't like those little scallopy tears, so you can go back in and adjust it. Tear more or less. It's really whatever you prefer, all right? So there's that, and then we're going to tear, wait, let me see how this is going to go here. All right, so I'm going to tear this one over here. There. Okay, so then this is like the designer paper, right? So then this piece is going to sit inside that tore piece, that basic black. Let me use my liquid glue. I think that's good. You guys get the idea, right? And then you're going to set that right in the middle of that basic black. And then anything that hangs over, we're just going to cut and remove it, right? Just like my basic black is kind of hanging over here too a little bit. So then we're going to cut the smoky slate and the black. And cut this smoky slate over here. Okay, so then that's your card sketch. So you can use any designer paper. You could even use a piece of cardstock if you wanted. Let me get my bag. My thing here, scoop that up. All right, so that is the card sketch in a nutshell. That's how you do it. So when you see this card sketch over there on my blog, that's where the basic black piece comes in, because I think that was kind of confusing. So like this one has the whole pecan pie, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece on the back inside. But when it's showing through the front, you just see the texture. Isn't it cute? You guys will have fun with the sketch, I think. I did. It's great. All right, so that's the card sketch for this week, and all those details are posted on my blog on Mondays. Monday, we have a new card sketch, okay? All right, now let's go ahead and stamp the card that you guys came for. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify all that with the card sketch. All right, so these are the cards. Actually, I'm going to make this one with the Charming Day. I do have the flowers. I'm just not quite sure how the coloring is going to go because I changed up the designer paper. This one is opening vertical. So it's opening up like this. Can you see that moving here? Let me close the card. You can see it on the side. Here, hold on. So it moves like that. Ooh, I love it. So this is the vertical version of this card. And then I made the pear one. Remember when I mentioned last week I was going to do the rock and roll technique? This is what I did. And then I also did one with the sponge dauber. I don't think I brought my sponge dauber over, but I'll do the rock and roll technique. So now this one is opening up horizontally. So this one opens up like this. Can you see that from the side? Maybe not so much because it's dark. This is the Secret C cardstock, but it's so cute. So we're going to make both of the mechanisms for both cards, all right? I might not actually get decorating to both of the cards, but we're going to put the designer paper and everything on. It's just I might have them for later for my Facebook page, all right? Just want to make sure I have everything. All right, so let's make the vertical one first. I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock. I do have the flowers. This is the Charming Day. It's so beautiful. I do have two insides that I wanted to kind of test with you guys to see which one would look better. I have the circle and then I have an oval. Is that one? Yeah, this is the horizontal one. All right, so let me give you the measurements. This is your base of your card. This is your Pretty Peacock. This is cut at, what is this cut at? Hold on, let me get my thing. All right, so Pretty Peacock, which this is the Timid Tiger one on the printable, all right? So this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. That's just gonna make your standard card. So what's great with this mechanism that we're gonna make is that you can transform any card that opens up like this or like that. You can just put this inside the card and just make it that way. It's not like the card itself is special. It's just your standard card, depending on how you have it opened, okay? And then this is the, what is this paper? Charming Day. Oh, Floral Charm is the designer paper. And this is the same one as this one with the Timid Tiger. This paper is so pretty. That one is this looks like it might be the Secret Sea, and then this one is the Timid Tiger, and on the back side is Mossy Meadow for that one. But we're going to use this one. So this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, so it's just your standard front of your card, right? So let's go ahead. We're just going to make the card, put it together, and we're just going to kind of see what happens, right? Okay, so just your standard card. All right, now these are the pieces that you're going to need for your mechanism. Your Pretty Peacock is cut at 2 by 5 1/4. We're going to score that piece. This piece of basic white is 1 1/2 by 9 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our paper trimmer. Man, my phone keeps going to... Hi, Sharon. All right, so let's score the basic white piece. Let me just double check the measurements here. Make sure we're working with the right piece because the other card is a little bit smaller. Yeah, 9 3/4 by 1 1/2. That is correct. Let me take my face off here so you guys can see the full screen, all right? All right, perfect. All right, let me move this up here where I can see this measurements. All right, so on your 9 3/4 inch side, we're going to score at 3/4, 3/4, 5 1/4, 7, 7 1/2, and 9 1/4. Okay, and then your Pretty Peacock piece is your 2 by 5 1/4. On the 5 1/4 inch side, let me make sure 2, yep. We're going to score at 1/2 inch and 4 3/4. Okay, that's it. All right, I highly recommend that you fold and burnish your score lines both ways with the bone folder, right? It just makes, well, this one not so much, but the white, basic white, this piece is the moving piece of that mechanism. So it's like when all the fibers are broke down, it's going to move a little bit easier and smoother. So just fold it both ways. We go this way with this one. And we'll go the other way. All right. So we have 2 people left to go to the retreat, you guys. I'm so excited. We're getting down to 2 people. You and a friend can come to my retreat in October. Please, if you guys are on the fence, please, 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 please come. I'm begging you, please come. You're going to love it. All right, let me get some tear and tape. We're going to put tear and tape. All right, this is your 9 1/4 inch side here. This is your 3/4 inch end that we scored, right? So we're going to fold this over in half at the 5 1/4 score line. So now it should look like this. Okay? I don't know why that's acting up. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep my comments open. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put adhesive on this 3/4 inch score line, right here. You're folding it in half at 5 1/4, and then you're going to put your tear and tape there and there. So we're going to put 2 pieces of tear and tape on the 3/4 inch end that we scored. And then where it's folded in half at the 5 1/4, we're going to put a piece of tear and tape here and here on the score line. Okay. Then we're going to take our 2 by 5 1/4 inch piece on the 2 ends that are scored at a 1/2 inch. We're going to put tear and tape on both of those ends. Okay. Then we're going to take our tear and tape backing off of the 3/4 inch score line right here, and take that off. The 2 strip backings. And then we're going to, we're going to take a piece off of here. This is the top when we're folded it in half, right? So it looks like this. This little, what is this, the 1/2 inch score line. And then on these 2 ends here, we're going to take those backings off. And then we're going to grab the card. Thank you, everybody that's been buying Richard's block holders. Thank you so much. It really is. He's so excited about everything. We really do have it down to a science. I just wish I had somebody here to help me ship everything out. I wish there was like 3 of me, right? Okay, so now with your 9 3/4 inch piece, remember we were folding it in half at 5 1/4. So this piece is going to wrap around the top like that. Okay, so you're going to wrap this is your 3/4 inch score line down here. That's going to be at the bottom, and then this piece is going to wrap to the top. Okay? All right, and then we're going to place this, what is this? Is this the 1/2 inch? Hold on. Yes, 1/2 inch score line we're going to fold forward onto your pretty peacock up here. And you're just going to kind of position it in the center. Sorry guys, my phone is kind of weird. All right, so we're going to flip this 1/2 inch over with the tear and tape, and you're going to put this right in the center of your pretty peacock. And you can actually measure this out here. Let me show you how to do that. So what this measures out is 4 1/4. So I would say at 2 1/8 is about halfway. Let me get a pencil. So I'm just putting this at 4 1/4, and then about 2 1/8 is about right here. If you want to be dead center, right? So we're going to take that 1/2 inch score line, and we're going to place that right in the middle up along the edge right there. That should be about center. Okay? So now your piece should look like this with that 1/2 inch attached to that pretty peacock. And then your 5 1/4 inch side is folded in half. So now you have the 3/4 inch down here. You're going to take your card. You know what? I think I have a piece of basic white. So now this is an option. I did not put this on the printable, but if you want to put a piece of basic white inside the card for signing at the top, go ahead and do that first before we put our mechanism in. But you can always have the piece of basic white on the back side too. Let me make sure this is the front. Yes. So put your basic white piece in first before you put the mechanism in, all right? Okay. All right, now we can put our piece in here. So remember, these got adhesive on here, and then this has got double adhesive. So now you're just gonna line this up in the center of the card. And what I like to do is take, because these two score lines, when folded, will be your 4 1/4. So if you just take your center of your end here, put it up to that score line, and then fold over your flaps to the edge, it should be your 4 1/4 inch right there. Okay? So fold over your 1/4 or your 1/2 inch over on your 4 1/4 inch sides here. See that? And then this is going to be, well, this should have been up to the score line, but that's all right. So we're going to fold over the card, and then that's going to grab your tear and tape at the top, and then this is going to make your moving part of the card. Can you see it from the side? Just like that. Ta-da! And then this piece of tear and tape that's in the center here is where you're going to put your, this is where I was deciding if I wanted to do the ovals. You can do the ovals like this or like this. And then I thought maybe a circle. So really anything's going to fit on there. You just don't want to go too big, because when you close it, it could still, like if you go really huge, you know, you could still have that peek out when it closes over the card, and then it won't fit into a regular size envelope. Okay. All right. So that's that card. Let me show you the other one, and then we can hang out with the coloring and stuff. Hold on. I just totally got booted out. Sorry. I'm still here. I just want to see your comments. All right. So there's that one. This is the one that opens up horizontally or vertically, right? Now you can see why you want to put the basic white in first. And also you can see with my Secret C one, I did everything the same color, but I wanted to make the two different colors so you could see the two different ways with the two different pieces putting it together and how it went together. But you can definitely do it all white, or you can do it all with the pretty peacock, whatever. Okay? All right, now let's do the horizontal version because it's a different measurement. And this measurement will be on your printable. Okay? All right, so your base of your card, again, pretty peacock, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. And then a piece of basic white and your designer paper, same as the other card, 4 by 5 1/4. We're just gonna go skip to the measurements here. So this piece of the pretty peacock is pretty much the same length, but it's 1 1/2 inches. So it's 1 1/2 inches by 5 1/4 for your bridge piece, which is this piece here. Remember, we put that in. This is the bridge piece right here. The bridge is what we're calling it. So this is your 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. And then your basic white is cut at 1 1/2 by 7 3/4. And this has got different measurements, all right? So let's grab our paper trimmer again. All right, so is this right? 5 1/4. Yep, 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. All right, so we're going to score this again at a 1/2 inch on both ends along the 5 1/4 inch side. 1/2 inch here and 4 3/4 here. This is for the bridge right here, right? As long as you got this to be the same width of your card, that's the idea with this, all right? And then your basic white piece is 1 1/2 by 7 3/4. And on the 7 3/4 side, we're going to score this at 3/4. 4 1/4. 5 1/2. 6 and 7 1/4. Okay, and that's it. It's going to go together pretty much the same way. Remember, this is your 3/4 inch end that we scored. We want that to go both ways when you're burnishing it. And fold all your other score lines. I'm going to fold it the other way. Okay. All right, so remember how we folded it in half on the 5 1/4 inch side? This is going to be folded in half at the 4 1/4 inch side, I believe. Yeah, 4 1/4. Okay. So again, we're going to put our tear and tape on this end, which is the largest of the end with the score line. So that's the 3/4 inch score line. I'm going to put our 2 pieces of tear and tape down here. And then when it's folded on the, excuse me, 4 1/4 inch side folded right here, you're going to put your tear and tape on the 1/2 inch score line here and here. Once you make one of these, you're going to have it. Okay? And then again, we're going to put this onto our 1/2 inch score lines on the bridge piece, with the, which is the pretty peacock. All right, now let's peel off the backings. Hi, Cynthia. Thank you, Patty. All right, so now we're going to peel off the 2 pieces on the 3/4 inch score line. Okay, and then I'm going to peel off this first one here, which is going to be the one that's going to stick to the bridge. Remember? All right, so we're going to take our piece and folding it in the 4 1/4 inch side. We're going to put that right over top of the bridge. Then slide this down, and again, this is your 4 1/4, remember? So if you want to mark it at 2 1/8, feel free with the pencil, right? Just so that it kind of gives you a guide where your half point is. About right there. And then put this over here. And then fold your 1/2 inch score line over so the adhesive is facing down now. And then put that right in the middle. Kind of eyeballing that. Right there. Okay? So that's what that looks like. Then this is going to wrap around. Okay? Then take your card. This is going to go into the center where the score line is. Again, we're going to put our piece of basic white here. Let me put that in before we put the mechanism in, right? This is 4 by 5 1/4. Of course, if you want to stamp on that, I would highly recommend that you do that before. But then again, you could also punch out a greeting or something like I did on my pear card. Okay. All right, so now let's take our card, our mechanism. All right, now we're going to, oh, you know what? We could have went longer here. I just thought of that. This could have been longer. It doesn't really matter. All right, so we're going to center this in the center of our card. Actually, let's just do that part first. Center that, and then close that up, right? Let's try it. Close that up. Remember, oh, we can't do that. Okay, maybe we should have done that first. Hold on. I knew there was a reason why after I did it. Let me take that off. Oh, I did it. All right, let's put our bridge piece down first. Put this in the center. Don't do what I just did. Put this in the center by the score line, right? And then fold over your bridge pieces right there. And, oh, see, this is going to stick out. Hold on. Gotta move it up. I'm not close to the score line here. There we go. Okay, fold that over there. And then fold this one over like that. Okay, then we can close the card. See, it still sticks out. That's weird. My other one didn't do that. Did I put, yeah, that's right up on the score line. It just still sticks out a little bit. Can you see it? Just a smidge. I think it'll be all right though. All right, and then you can put your oval here like this or like this. But if you do it like this, you got to make sure, see, that's going to stick out a little bit. So I would definitely put it like this. Or your circle, right? Put the circle right there. Yep, better. Okay, let me put my designer paper on here. Put this on the front. Pretty, pretty. How do I find you? Oh, how do I find you, Jamie? Who's Jamie? No one is going to notice. Oh, the little bit of white. Thank you, Froggy. I agree. I just don't want it to hang over a lot for the card to fit into a regular size envelope. You know what I mean? All right, so now let's go ahead and... Did I even bring over my squares? I didn't even bring over my rectangles. So maybe I won't be finishing the cards, but I did bring over some blends. So I'm going to color this one. I brought over some Pretty in Pink, Lost Lagoon, and Pool Party. So I'm going to see what this looks like for my flowers to see if it's going to match with my front of my designer paper. So if you guys just want to hang out while I color this, let me use my dark Pretty in Pink. Do you want me to zoom in a little bit? I'm just outlining the flower. I'm going to color my leaves in with the Lost Lagoon. Oh, I just did my leaf with the pink. I think once I color it with my Lost Lagoon, though, I think I can lift it up. We'll see. If not, I'll recolor it. Let me see if I can lift that up a little bit. Or just cover it up. Yeah. Nobody will know, right? Right, Froggy? Nobody will know. I'm taking the dark Lost Lagoon and I'm coloring the bases of my leaves, the dark. And then I'll go in with the lighter and blend it out a little bit. Do you want me to zoom in? Let me zoom in. So you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I just colored in my Lost Lagoon, dark. And then I'm going to take my light. That's why I really brought my pool party too, because I might need to lighten it up even more. Because the dark and the light really aren't that different in the shade. Just a little bit the same. Don't you think? Yeah, we'll see how it dries. I might go back in with it with the pool party a little bit. I'm concentrating. Concentrating. That pink leaf really does look terrible on there. Oh well. This is just a test run anyway. I'll just grab these colors to see if it would look good for my flowers. It might be too much. You know? We will see. Okay. So there's my leaves, and then let me take the pretty and pink light for my flower. I don't know what kind of flowers these are, but they're really pretty. I don't think they're peonies or peonies or whatever. But they're pretty. That might be too much for my paper. But see, this looks more like pretty peacock. And the leaves are, yeah, that's not going to look good. I don't think that's going to look good. So let's just cancel that. I'll finish this card, or both cards. I'll finish both cards, and I'll post them on Friday, because I do not like that with that. The Lost Lagoon does not look good. Let me see if I can lift some of this color with the pool party a little bit. Not so much. Yeah. This is more like Berry Burst, Pretty Peacock, and Secret Sea. Those are all dark colors. So I grabbed too light of colors for my card to finish it. So I will finish this card, both cards, and I'll post them on Friday. If you guys follow me on social media over there on Facebook, you guys will see them over there, all right? I'll post them together. Okay? Sorry, I thought that was going to be better than what it was. But these colors are too dark. So I don't know if I'm even going to use the flower. Might be too much. What do you suggest? Tell me. If I got the stamp set, I'll use it. What do you think? So I'm just using the same stamp set as the designer paper because it's brand new. It was launched on July 1st, the charming day. Let me show you. Oh, I want to show you my pair for the rock and roll too. Hold on. Let me show you this charming day set. Oh, you know what I can do? I can stamp the inside. I was gonna stamp these greetings here because this would look good with the oval. This is what I was thinking for this. So friends are the flowers in the garden of life. I think those might fit in there. So that would be for my inside, right? And then I was wanting to show you the rock and roll technique with the pairs, if you wanted to stamp them. But this is the Charming Day stamp set. This also comes in a bundle. My bundle's in my stamp set here with the dies. So these are the dies. It's a really nice big set. right? Very cute. So the greetings are, thanks for being you. Happy birthday. Can't wait to see you again soon. You made my day. And hey, let me show you my finished cards over here. This one looks really nice. I used the peach pie and the petal pink with this flower and then mossy meadow for the leaves. I was trying to do the same coloring, but this is watercoloring for the paper. You can see it's kind of like softer. So when I used my blends, I was trying to capture the same shading and all that, which you can't when you're watercoloring. It's totally different, but I tried. This is the new petal pink braided ribbon that's also available in the new online exclusives. And then the inside, I used the little small flower in this stamp set. Right here, right there. And then I used the mixed labels for You're Pretty Wonderful right here for the inside. See, I didn't put the basic white piece up here, but you can still put basic white on the back. So you can still do that. And then this is the one I want to show you the rock and roll technique, because I did do this for this card. Right here. Looks pretty good. I used the Darling Duckling and the Old Olive. And then all I did for the leaves, I didn't do anything rock and roll for that. I just stamped it twice for the Old Olive. Isn't it pretty? Very cute. And that was cut out with the designer paper. See how I cut? I put this in there and I didn't stamp it. And then of course when I'm stamping, I'm hesitant because I want it to be straight. So then I stamped it and die cut it and then put it in. I cheated. Okay, so let me show you that rock and roll technique here on my pear. I'll put my outline of this block. Have you guys done the rock and roll? I haven't done that technique in like forever. So the two colors, Darling Duckling and Old Olive. So Old Olive first, that's the lighter shade, right? Like I said, look on my Facebook on Friday. I will post those finished cards. I'll figure something out with that. Okay, let me get some scrap here. All right, so we're gonna stamp let me stamp the outline first. The outline, I need a bigger block. Okay, so the outline in black, the Memento ink. Let me stamp two, because no two pairs will be alike, right? That's just the way it goes. All right. So we're going to first stamp in the Darling Duckling. Open up my Old Olive. Okay, so, and this stamp, when you stamp it, it's, when you let it sit, the longer you let it sit, the more it's going to look better. Because this stamp is kind of like a watercolor. It's like that distinctive trademark kind of image that Stampin' Up is doing. So it's kind of like doing that watercoloring on the stamp. So when you think you're inking it and then when you stamp it, it's like, oh, it doesn't look very good because it's kind of blotchy, but that's the way it looks. Sorry. I don't know any other way to say it. It just looks blotchy. All right, so I got my Darling Duckling on my pear, and now I'm gonna roll this edge. You can see, can you see the two-tone of my pear? Yeah, you can, right? So on this darker edge here, I'm gonna roll that with the Old Olive, okay? And it's just gonna be a light touch, and I'm gonna roll it ever so lightly. And then we're gonna stamp this into the two-step. Right? I know I lost connection too. It just like booted me out. I don't know why. Once you get layers on it, it will be fine. Right. I think that is too what it is, Sharon, because this is like, well, I definitely want to try another color combo. I don't know. I just got to play with it. But once I add like the square or the rectangle on here, like I did with the Timid Tiger, and this is from the Textured Notes dies, the rectangles, that offsets all the colors and all the busyness of the designer paper. And I didn't cut that out. So that's probably a little bit of it too. It's throwing me off. All right, so let me clean my stamp. You guys know I like cleaning my stamps like this. All right, let's do another one. So again, we're gonna stamp our Darling Duckling. I'm gonna get a drink really quick. See how beautiful that looks? It looks like a legit pear. Where my mom's neighbor, they used to have a pear tree. And even though it attracted bees like crazy, especially with the rotting pears that would fall on the ground, but man, those pears were so good. When you pick them off the tree, it looks just like it. Doesn't it, Mom? My mom's watching. I got to send her the link to the replay. She'll watch it. She'll be shaking her head. Yes, it does. All right, so Darling Duckling. And again, we're going to rock and roll around this edge, the darker edge. See how I'm doing that? Ever so gently. And then this is a 2-step stamp set. And again, with the photopolymer, if you don't have the paper piercing mat, you know, the sponge, what I find is that if you just put a little extra pressure, or if you just let it sit there for just a couple seconds more, the ink will transfer really nice. Well, that's kind of outside the line, but you can still see how it looks really nice and blended, right? All right, and then this is what I did with the leaves. Let me get that out. I just double stamp that, you know, and then you would just die cut it out. All right, so here's my outline. Here's my 2-step. So let's do the black. I do too, Gladys. The rock and roll technique. I am a classic rock and roll kind of a girl. I like all the Led Zeppelin, the Bob Seger, all that kind of stuff. I like the classic music, not classical, even though I do listen to that with my husband, but more of the classic rock. So when I like this technique just to be able to say rock and roll, right? Rock and roll technique. It's pretty cute. But I did not do this with the Old Olive. I just stamped it. And it does give you that watercolor look in the imaging of the stamp. You might like it better if you just stamp it once. How does that look? Let me show you up close. Looks pretty good. But I did it twice because the paper looks like it's Mossy Meadow. And my Mossy Meadow ink pad is not looking very good. I think it needs to be re-inked. So, but I did do it twice. So let me do this one twice, because I wanted to darken it up, you know. So that's what I did for my sample. Aren't they cute? You could really do the rock. Well, this one's kind of outside the line, but we're just doing a test run. But you could do a couple other colors in there too. Because some of the paper, it has like a peachy color. That's cute. I really like the pears, and I never would have thought I would have said that. But I do. I like it a lot. All right. Do you die cut on the flowers on the DSP? Yes, Cindy, the die cuts work with the designer paper. I shared that last week on this. Let me go grab my paper. I'll show you because I have it out. Hold on. Let me go grab it. See, this is the paper. This is the Painterly Pears designer paper. And look how my pear looks to that. Doesn't that look good? That doesn't happen very much. You know what I mean? Because usually like when you're cutting out animals and stuff, at least that's what I found is like when they color them, they're so cute, right? And then when you cut them out, oh, they're even better. But it's very rarely I get to cut out the designer paper and then also stamp the image that looks just like it. You know what I mean? Because look, you've seen me stamp that. That's where I was saying the rock and roll technique is really nice for that. I'm just putting my stamps away. I'm going to get my die out and show you, Cindy. Hold on. Thank you, Irene. All right, let me show you. This is my pear, Perfectly Pears dies. So this pear, the leaves, and the little pear that I showed you in my card, this is where I got that one from. So this cuts out that right up here. Let me zoom in. Okay, so that cuts out that in the paper. The pear also cuts out the pear in the paper. And then also the leaf. But look at how good mine look. Like, I can reduplicate it. But it is nice that you can cut your designer paper. And you get quite a bit. I actually need more paper because I've been kind of going crazy with it. I love it so much. So yeah, this paper is, you can cut the designer paper with the dies, which is great. Love it. Great question, Cindy. Anybody else have any questions? Hi, Nicole. Thank you. Diana says, awesomeness. Thank you. All right. Do I have any questions on here, Irene? Is Teresa here too? Thank you, Irene, for moderating. Oh, you still have, oh my goodness, you do? That's amazing. Oh, Jamie said she's here. She said she's never watched my video. She's watched my videos for years, but don't think she's ever caught me live. Your cards are beautiful. Thank you, Jamie. Yes, we're so happy you caught us live today. We're live every Wednesday at 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on YouTube in the Glitter Pit. The Glitter Pit is what we call our live, right? So, but I'm sure, because I've been branding that Glitter Pit for so long now, I think if you just type in the search engine Glitter Pit, it will pull up my name or my YouTube channel. So, I'm the only Glitter Pit on YouTube. Yay! You guys are in the right place. Those pears look fantastic, Sharon said. Thank you, Sharon. All right, guys. So anybody here still on the fence about coming to the retreat? I have 2 spots left. That is it. We just had somebody else join us this week. And I really, really want to encourage you to come if you are on the fence. Sign up. Bring your friend. We want to hit 30 people for the retreat this year. So we have 2 people. The retreat is October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then you leave on the 5th, and it's right here in Michigan. We have so many states representing. We have people coming from Las Vegas, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, California. I mean, you name it, they're coming in. So if you're on the fence, please consider joining us. The retreat bag is so cute. You're going to have a swag bag worth of a value worth over, I believe it's going to be closer to $70 in value for the swag bag with the product. And you're going to be doing lots of stamping and creating. Of course, we're going to be doing swapping. We're waiting for 2 more people to join us so we can start launching the swaps. So everybody's waiting to sign up for the swaps. And the swapping to sign up is not going to take very long because everybody's ready to sign up. So I just want to make sure everybody's over there before, and I'm talking about on our Facebook page. So before we launch the sign-ups for all the swaps, we're going to do card swaps, 3D swaps, and then a shoebox swap. So I do have a video over there for everybody to watch, and it kind of explains the 3 different types of swaps. And then we also play bingo. We have a pajama party at night. My husband is bringing his big, humongous popcorn machine, so you can imagine what our theme is this year, right? It's going to be that really cute pop and buy stamp set. I'm making a class with that. And then, of course, I'm wearing popcorn pajamas. Everybody that wants to join in, they can buy them on Amazon. I've been posting links about that. It just makes a really cute, fun group picture, right? With everybody in their pajamas with the popcorn. I'm so excited. So I've been thinking of really unique ways to make this card class with the pop and buy stamp set. So I'm thinking there's going to be a few 3D projects too for this year. So you guys will love that. So, but yeah, popcorn is going to be served every day. Bingo on Saturday night. Lunches will be served. We're supplying the lunches. My husband's making his famous pulled pork or pulled pork sandwiches. And then on, I think it's Friday, we're having pizza and salad and breadsticks. And then Saturday will be his famous pulled pork sandwiches with coleslaw. Very, very good. Dinner's on your own. Lots and lots of stamping. I will have all my display boards out with all the samples so you can take pictures. We have four presenters this year. They're all using brand new holiday mini catalog items. And then we're also doing a few extra goodies that we have never done before this year. So we're so excited. So you can click the link down below in the description box and it will take you to my blog post that has everything about the retreat. Once you sign up and register, then I will invite you to our Facebook page, and over there will be the link for the hotel. So the hotel, we have a block of hotels for a cheaper rate, and that will be where you can get your hotel room. Yay! So you guys seriously, you won't be sorry if you come this year. I'm telling you, it's going to be so much fun. We would love to have you. And like I said, 2 spots left. Bring a friend, bring your sister, bring a fellow stamper. We love it. The more the merrier, right? Okay, so any other questions about the retreat? Let me go through the updates here. We have 2 new kits. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. We have the Birthday Fancy Kit and the Sweet and Spooky Kit. I did get a kit for the Spooky and Sweet. I just got it, I think, 2 days ago. So I was thinking of making that one day with you guys. And then also we have the new Creativity Files tutorial that you guys get. When you spend $40, you get the 19-page tutorial of all the 8 cards. They're so amazing, you guys. So this comes free to you when you spend $40. It is on sale, or it's not on sale, but it's available over in my shop too, along with the PDF for today's class, and then also the card sketch. This tutorial is $10.95, all right? And you get all 8 projects, but you get it free for being a customer of mine and placing a $40 order for the month of July. Yay! And then don't forget, your two-tone cardstock is 20% off now. This is only a 3-day sale from the 9th today to the 11th, which is Friday. Okay, 20% off. So instead of $10 for a pack of 12 by 12 cardstock, you'll get it for $8. Yay, right? So like I said, I bought a ton of it in the black this morning. I was waiting with bated breath to get my order in. All right. Any other questions? Let me see here. Hi, Teresa. I see you. Darling Duckling's a new favorite color. Everybody's saying. Yay. I just like saying it. Darling Duckling. Sounds so much fun. I know, Diana. I wish you could come. Susan says, where? I'm in Waterford, Michigan. So the resort, not the resort, but the hotel where we're holding this retreat is seriously like 8 minutes from my house. But it's considered like Lake Orion area or Auburn Hills. But we are about 45 minutes north of the Detroit airport. So if you are flying in, it's about a 45-minute drive. But I'm in Waterford and it's about 8 minutes from my house. So yeah, if you want to come, let me know if you have any questions about that. I'd really love for you to come. When does the Holiday Mini come out? The Holiday Mini, I'm ordering the mini catalogs this month. Please, you guys, remind me because I don't want to send them out myself. They are getting ordered this month, so the catalog goes live in September. So we get to order as a pre-order as a demo in August. And then it goes live for customers in September. Yay. All right. Richard's home. I just heard him come in. Just booked a trip to Nashville in September, Diana said. Awesome. That's about the area my father-in-law lived, was in Nashville. Well, he lived on the outskirts of Nashville. Rebecca. Yes. Hi, Rebecca. Yep, September 3rd is when the new mini catalog goes live. And if you're a customer of mine, if you placed an order within a certain amount of time, within I think it's 6 months, you will get the mini catalog for free from me in your mailbox. That's what I still got to do this month, all right? Okay, any other questions? I'm going to let you guys go. I'm always a text or an email away. Remember, this is my email, dawn@theglitterpit.com. Email me here. Also, when you're placing orders for the block holders, the can toppers, or the glue holders, email me your order. That's how we're handling the orders for that, all right? Then we can go back and forth with the email. I take PayPal. Also, just a heads up, the shipping costs are going up a lot, you guys. Be prepared. The post office is raising their rates on July 13th. And it's not just the postage rate, it's for ground shipping. It's a lot. Like, oh, it's almost $2 more for me to ship. It's so crazy. I don't think my package is going to get there any faster with the rates either. That's what sucks about it. Just saying. So just be aware that if you can get your order in before the 13th, you can beat the rise or the price increase. It's not me increasing it, it's the post office. The post office, the forever stamps are going up from 73 cents to 78 cents. So if you got forever stamps, you're all right. But your ground shipping is going up quite a bit. I don't know if the priority rate is going up. It probably is. All right. The pear package is so great for making an anniversary card. Just hand right inside. You two make a great pair. Ah, that is cute, Catherine. Okay, so also, speaking of Catherine, not you, Catherine, but Catherine Anderson, 9956, you won the two-tone purple block holder, which is this. And then Rose Ruddy, 9121, you got a glue holder, which looks like this, but you can pick your color. We have lots of colors to offer. So if you want a different color, you both got to email me your address, all right? So that's where you're going to email me here. Dawn@theglitterpit.com. Okay? Did Stampin' Up have a shipping problem? What's that? No, I don't think so, Diana. Why? Diana said, did Stampin' Up have a shipping problem? Not that I know of. Did you hear something? I didn't hear nothing. All right, guys. I'll let you go. We're over here for an hour and 15 minutes. All right, so I will see you guys next week here in the Glitter Pit. Same glitter time, same glitter station right here at 3 o'clock Eastern, all right? I'll see you right over here on YouTube. All right, love you guys. Bye.